Get everything situated. This restream has some new features, so I'm still trying to get used to that along with everything else I'm trying to learn with spot gamma and whatnot. So for those of you on the interwebs out there on X and Facebook and YouTube, we in the Moxie Room are actually live in a trade. It's our second day trade so far. The first one was break even. Some of the traders in the room actually took a 30% win because of some of the patterns that we look at. And so right now we're, as I said, we're like right in the middle of this thing because here are the call options up top, and that's what I'm looking for since, yesterday was basically a pretty big down day, a little bit surprising considering it seemed to be isolated with tech, the ASML situation debacle with their earnings. And so basically the whole tech space sold off. So SMH, NDX, and then that also dragged the SPX down. But if you looked around, Bitcoin was doing fine, the IWM was doing fine, KRE, XBI, all the small caps and all the rest of the market was doing pretty great. And so I actually didn't think that the market was going to, keep getting just drained yesterday. And so what that means is today, a fresh day. I think that yesterday made the markets get pretty oversold. So here we are looking for the markets to basically bounce. And that's what we're trying to do is catch a day trade bounce with the markets. And we had our first little move, and then now we're just waiting to see if this second move can percolate and do something. They are just right here trying to tee themselves up, and kind of the combination of what we're looking at. I'll start you guys off and show you. You can see here the market had that big move to the downside, and I think that the opportunity for today is the gap here between price and the 15-minute 50. Now, the challenge is, what if today's just a sideways day? That's totally possible. This could end up just being a bear flag, and it's going to go sideways, and price is going to come down to it. So that's the risk that I see for the trade that we have. Otherwise, if the market sees, okay, we're not going down anymore, and the internals continue to be bullish. I mean, look at that. The internals are doing great. And so at some point, they'll say, okay, let's start moving back up. And I'm looking for price to come up to probably the 15-minute 50. That doesn't mean I think things are going to continue going forever or anything else like that. That's just what I'm looking at for today. And then the other thing that should be helping us confirm this, and we'll have to continue watching it, but the UVIX, I love looking at this. It's a little bit tricky, but I've spent so much time looking at it over the years that I understand its behavior. And what we've been looking for here is, again, this gap between where price is and the 15-minute 50. I think that's where the UVIX should go sometime, hopefully today, since we're trading 0 DTE. And so what we're looking for is that process to start. And for us, that's going to be here on the 2-minute. We need to see price actually continue to get rejected by the 2-minute 50. Basically, you always think about, like, well, how does the stock market move? How does price move? I always kind of refer it to like a snake. And how does a snake move? With a head, it's got to start with the front and work its way back, and the lower time frames are the head. It's got to start someplace. And so in order for, say, the 15-minute price to get down here, we need to see the 2-minute start to follow to the downside. And that's what I'm trying to look at here, is I want to see the UVX run into a downtrending 2-minute 50 and continue to move down, which then should show price breaking below or falling off support of the 5-minute 50, and then continuing down like that. So we're really just kind of in this waiting game, holding pattern right here, because the market's a little bit slow today. And so we're just gonna have to see if that's gonna happen. So yeah, we're live in this position. The first one that we took was from here to here, and it was just in case the market really wanted to snap to the upside and just keep doing its thing. But the good old Moxie patterns played out. We were looking again at this 50, 250 maneuver, And so that's why we then got out break even, because it's like, oh yeah, that 2-minute 50, that 2-minute 200 looks like it is in fact going to be resistance. And yeah, it looks like it is not going to go past it yet. So we got out, let it come back down, and now we're kind of just waiting here, seeing if this double bottom here on the 2 minutes going to hold. We've got price over the 5-minute. Everything looks like it's trying, and I think that the next step for the charts themselves is, can the 2-minute 50 hold, and can price get over the 2-minute 200 and move up? And can we go up like this? And once again, just so it's out there and so we're covered, the market may not go anywhere today. This could actually just be a sideways day. It could be a rest day. And if that happens, then these options aren't going to do anything. The other thing is, with a sideways day, it could also just wait for, by going sideways, that means the moving average is going to keep coming down like this, and that's how they're going to meet. So we're just kind of hanging out, waiting here, seeing if these things are going to appreciate. And we're really the 2-minute. My eyes are focused on the 2-minute to see if this is going to hold. But for now, everything still says at least go for it. We still have the 8 over the 21, so even on the 2-minute, we're bullish. And we have the 50 up here, and what we're trying to do is just get past here. So yeah, if this continues, I would just be great, and we'll see what kind of move this actually provides. And getting up to, I don't know, I think 15-minute 50. It could go further, but I think that's what I'm looking at. And oh, how about this? Now that I'm seeing this, those of you in the Moxie room, notice how here's your target. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. You see how the 2-minute had the 50, 200, 50 maneuver? Well, what do we have on the 5-minute? We also have a 50, 200, 50 condition. So, and I think that is about, yeah, look at that. The 200, the 5-minute 200 is at about the same place as the 15-minute 50. And so I would say that should be our target, is somewhere up around there. Hopefully it can get that far if it's going to go today. And if it does, I think that's where we take off for trade. We'll see how much it's worth, and we can carry on. So then we can continue going back, looking at these, and we're still, we're kind of in a holding pattern, but so far these are all still looking good. This is kind of what we saw. Nasir and who else was with me yesterday? Buddy, I know you were kind of looking at it. That the puts that we were looking at the end of the day, notice we're starting to see some of that similarity, aren't we? That 8 and 21. In fact, that move, that put move yesterday, is starting to look a lot like this call move today, isn't it? Where it was just holding, 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 holding. We're like, is this going to do anything? And in fact, it's like, yeah, it was holding, and then it just suddenly went. So dare I say, that little experience that we had yesterday is now applying itself today. And, hopefully here we go. Hopefully this is the beginning of that move, as we just waited for it to kind of percolate. So the at the money calls are looking pretty good and robust. Those are the ones that are going to be giving us the kind of the clear setup signal. And then as we get further out of the money, they'll kind of look mediocre until they really start to move. And I think that's what we're seeing with those 5840s is, they're kind of underneath the 50, the 8 and 21's barely starting to cross. But, once this thing gets going, it should look pretty terrific. So for those of you over, as I said, in the social media area, YouTube, Facebook, X, and you guys are watching this, feel free to drop anything in the chat. Let me know if you have any kind of questions, because this whole day trading with zero DTE is one of my new ventures. And if you guys want to know anything about it, come on over. We're the class that I taught, what has it been, 2-3 months ago? We're working on evergreening it, which is basically when we package it, we put it out there, and then anybody else can pick up the class for our retail. But yeah, hopefully this is the beginning of what we're seeing. Let's kind of switch back over here. And yeah, what we want to continue seeing is, I really want to see this pop up and break over the 2-minute 50. And can we head towards the 15-minute 50? Can we head towards the 5-minute 200? And once again, let's bring over the UVIX and see any progress. And I think we're kind of right there. It's a do or die. So we need to continue to see this thing roll under, which it should. Again, with the how does the snake move? It moves with its head, starts there, and we have the 8 below the 21, and we have price below a downtrending 2-minute 50, and with the Moxie indicators below 0. And what we also want to see on this 5-minute is we also have the 5-minute 8 below the 21 with the Moxie indicator below 0, and we just need to see this stuff progress. So hopefully that'll give us some wind to our backs on that. Yeah. So you can kind of watch this and see how this progress goes. Those of you out there again on Facebook and YouTube, I don't know if this is exciting for you, but this is the new thing that I'm working on, because the amount of profit, or at least percent gains, that these things have is pretty crazy. Like right now, our first target is 100%. That's what we're looking for. And usually what I've found is that the first pop of a good trade, you can get 100%. And then after that, if there's more, then these things can just keep going. But yeah, right here, you guys are watching it. This is doing great. So those of you in the Moxie room, let's keep keep being happy about this. Let's see if our patience is going to get paid off. But this looks good. This looks like a really good, clean move. Had a nice little incubation phase. And yeah, I like that we're starting to break out here on the at the money. And so everything's looking pretty good. And I'm noticing over here on the UVIX, we continue to do what we want to do, like right there. I'll even put an arrow. Yeah. Actually, let me redo that. Can I put this on 2-minute? Yes, there we go. So we can do that right there. So that'll be our little note. And then we want to see price continue to fall off of this. Yeah, this might be a nice, really clean, easy trade today. Yeah, fingers crossed. What are we up to right now? Probably just a few percent. Yeah. So 23%. Now remember, those of you in the Moxie room, I usually tell you that we're going to take half off, and then we'll see how the rest goes. We can take half off if we hit 100%, but if it wants to keep going higher, my target, as I said, is going to be pretty much, this 5-minute 200. I think that is a reasonable place to expect price to go today. It could overshoot it a little bit, sure. And maybe if you have more than one contract on, you start, maybe we can figure out where 100% is, but really right around here is where I would take it off. And if you keep one little straggler, one little runner, if it happens to go up, a little bit more, great, take it. If it doesn't, then, get out completely. And we'll have to see how this goes. Let's see, upper rail on the SPX is approaching. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're also up here at the previous price where it ran into some resistance. So it might still need to kind of work through that and see if it can pop up and go. David, when you're saying or the 15-minute also, I'm not sure what the comment that was in reference to. So let me know if you can elaborate on that. Oh, the squeezes. Gotcha. Yeah. So we have a squeeze setting up again on the 5-minute, and we definitely have a squeeze on the 15-minute. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see if this kind of keeps going. We'll just kind of see. And on the ES, okay. And nice, yeah, everything's looking pretty green as far as spot gamma in general. Yeah, let me show you guys this. I'll move those over. Yeah, that's a lot of bullish volume, or at least spot gamma stuff coming in. So that looks pretty good. That should, I would imagine, help drive the market higher, because the market is the white one, the white line, and the options are, the calls are the green. So hopefully what this is showing us is that the green is going to start pulling the white up. And if that can get the market moving, then fantastic. So again, for those of you in the out there in the social media stuff, spot gamma has been a thing that Henry and John Carter and some of our bigger traders have really just talked so much about. And so even I, now that I'm trading options and 0DTE stuff and day trading, I'm trying to kind of get on board with it and figuring out how it can help and what it can do. So I'm still really new to it, kind of figuring out the levels and what's important. Let's see, put wall 57.90. We're nowhere near that. Call wall 58.50. So 58.50 is up here. So let's see if maybe at some point that'll help draw price up there. And let's see, key gamma strike 5800. Well, we're above that. And hedge wall is 57.95. We're above that too. So yeah, not much to worry about there. All right, so a little bit of back and forth and through here. Couldn't quite push through its first resistance level. So we'll see if it wants to come back, try it again, and we'll keep kind of waiting for that. Overall, the UVIX, which is the fear index, is not telling us that there's anything too concerning yet. Even the market, even though the SPX couldn't quite get past that previous high right there on that 2-minute and started to move down, so far the UVX is not responding. So that should be good. This is one of those things that I kind of look at to say, do we need to be worried, or are we actually, do we have some clear sailing? And for now, I'm looking at this and saying everything is still going the direction that I want it to do, even though there might be some noise in the meantime. All right. So let me move that aside. We'll kind of keep an eye on this on my other screen, and then I'll show you guys some of the good trades that we've been having. So HNST, this is one of our newer trades. Look at that. So those of you out there on X and YouTube and Facebook, if you guys kind of been wondering like what else I've been up to besides these day trade stuff, well, here's HNST as a swing trade. You can see the Moxie price trigger right there, and holding the hourly 50, and nice little swoosh to the upside. I think that was about what, 13% if I saw this morning. Yeah, we're up like 11, 12, 13%. So yeah, that's looking really good. Really happy for that one. And then I think even HUMA. Oh, there you go. Hey guys, look at that. It started popping since the last time we spoke about it this morning. And this one, talk about a big squeeze right there and right there. So yeah, huge squeeze. This is also part of the reason why I think that for the SPX, that this is a buy the dip situation. Everything else I keep looking at is going up. Uranium's going up. Things like this are going up. Yeah, most everything is going up. It's just that the tech space got hit yesterday, and you can see that the S&P is still kind of recovering from that. So that's why I'm trying to play the bullish side on the SPX today, and we'll see if that works. But yeah, HUMA, that is doing very, very well. And you can see it's now even breaking past the daily 50. So those of you in the Moxie room, hope you guys are in this and enjoying it and doing well with it. And then let's see, what else can we show? Reddit has been doing well for us too. Now this one might pull back too. We're coming up here on a previous all-time high, kind of like a double top. So yeah, it's a maybe. I like it long term, so I'm not going to let the pullback throw me off too much if there is one, and I don't want to try to I want to like prevent it too early. And then CART, this one is kind of pulling back a little bit today too, but that's fine. I think big picture, this thing's looking great, clearly in an uptrend. And yeah, we'll just see how well we can do for this bucking Bronco and how long we can stay on it. Because looking at another one, Carvana, CVNA, this is the one I just keep looking at, the one that I don't know if I can say it got away, because we did trade it in through here, but it's the one that was kind of surprising. The first trade we took on this was around $6. The other trade we took was around $11. And now this thing's up $193. So yeah, that is about 1,400% that Carvana moved up since one of the first trades that I took it. Now we made money off of it, but it sure would have been nice to hang on to something and make that kind of percent gain. So that's I kind of feel like Reddit and Instacart might be able to do something like this too. Might take a while, but that's generally my idea. So, all right, guys, wanted to let you know kind of a little bit of what we're up to. This market is obviously very good, very strong. Yesterday just kind of got hit specifically with tech, but the rest of the market's doing well. So yeah, if you guys enjoy, come on over, Moxie Room, and we'll see you guys there. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody out on social media, YouTube, Facebook, X. I'll come back over to the Moxie Room, and we'll kind of see if there's anything to wrap up over there. All right, guys.